So today I am cutting up my pallets. It's been a few days since my last video, so I'm finally getting around to doing this, getting some boards prepped to start doing some more signs. So this is my stack I have here. I've cut them to about 20 inches long. So I have a huge stack going, and I still have some more that I could do, but I think this is about all I'm going to do. Cut these, now I just have to sand them and get them prepped for painting and try to get some signs done tonight. And so I did get around to doing one sign last night. This is one of the signs I've gotten done. It's just kind of a rustic sign, just a quote that I really like, so I done that. I got on my mask and my glasses, and I'm gonna get back to working on these boards. I'm just going to sand them now, and I'll just show you guys my basic tools. I know last video I showed you I do have the jigsaw that I use to cut the boards. It's what I use to cut up my pallets, and I use a square just to get my straight line for each of my boards. Just a basic pencil just to mark my lines on my boards, and I use these little clamps. I have two of these plastic ones, and I have a metal one as well, just to hold the board still when I'm cutting it. Here are some of the boards that I have that I'm gonna sand, just showing you guys just how rough they look beforehand. It's a lot of sanding that you have to do to get these to where you want them. So now I'm just gonna work on getting them smoothed down, and so we can move on to the next step. So this is what they look like after I finish sanding them. So they are a lot smoother now, as you can see. So next I'll just get them cleaned up, and I can start working on getting them painted tonight, hopefully. I didn't get to my whole stack. As you can see, I still have a lot more left I could do, but the sun is going down, so I think I've about done what I can do for today as far as getting them prepped. So I do have a pretty good amount here that I can work with, and it's just a matter of getting them cleaned up and ready, and I can start painting tonight, hopefully. Guys, so I have finally made it upstairs to my workspace, which is just a part of my bedroom. But I have all my boards up here from earlier that I had cut and sanded in the videos earlier. So I finally made it up here so I can try to start working on some things. It's about 10:30 at night, so I just have a little bit of time to do maybe one or two signs, hopefully, and get some progress going, hopefully now, before I have to get on to bed, because I do have to get up early in the morning to go to work. So I'm going to flip the camera around. Okay, so this is what I got, just a variety of different boards. These are the boards from earlier, and the pallets over there that I was cutting and sanding, showing you guys about. It's just a few different things that I can work on here. And as you can see, my toddler wrote on this board, so he had to leave his little mark. But this board is going to end up being a welcome sign, so it's just going to get painted over anyway, so it really doesn't matter. But or I could sand it out if it was an issue. But yeah, I try to keep him out of this room too, so he doesn't do things like this. But he snuck by me on that one, so he left his mark. So I'm showing you guys his art, because he sees me working on these things all the time, so I guess he wanted to contribute as well. So anyway, I do have these little random pieces that were left over from another sign. So I've just combined them, and I think I'm just going to do some small art on them, maybe. Okay, so I'm going to get some ideas together and see what I can work on tonight, what I can try to get done, and I will update you guys as I go, and try to at least hit the highlights so you can see some of the steps that I take on some of these things. And on a better day, when it is some natural light coming in during the day, maybe on the weekend or something, I will show you guys my craft space or craft room, so to speak, just to show you where I work at exactly when I'm painting and things like that. It's just, as I said, just a part of my bedroom for right now. So I do have a little workstation where I have my Cricut machine, and I just kind of lay everything out as I showed you, like when I have boards and things prepped and ready to go. Just lay them out on the floor, and I just work on them basically in the floor, which I know is not good for my back. But, you know, for right now, I just do what I can wherever it works, and this is how it works for me right now. So working on getting, you know, I guess stepping up on that eventually to an actual craft shop outside maybe. But for right now, this is what works. So yeah, on another day I will show you guys my craft space. You can see my little doggy just walk by. But I will show you all that when it's a little more organized too, because right now it's just a mess. So anyway, I will get back with you guys in a few minutes and show you what we plan to do tonight. Okay? Guys, so I have completed one sign so far. It was just a basic sign that I did with the 3 pallet boards, and I will flip the camera around and show you that. I'm currently working on the second one now. That one I'm using my Cricut machine for, to do the stencil, to do the lettering for the sign. So that's running right now, as you can see, to get that cut out. So we should have that one completed tonight too as well. So I will flip it around and show you what I got. So what I got here is the 3 pallet signs that I have put together. And I printed out my, well, I cut out my vinyl lettering and the heart, and just put that on the board, and then just painted over that with the gray tan color that I have here. And then once that was dry, I just peeled the vinyl back off, and that left the color of the board showing through underneath, so you can see that. And I just had the paint more of a rustic look. I just kind of dry brushed that on here. So it just gives it a rustic style, which I really love that style. So that is what I do the majority of the time when I make signs anyway. Okay, so I finished my last sign, and I did run into some issues with that one. So I'll just show you what that exactly was. So let me flip the camera around. Okay, so here is my second sign, and the issues I ran into with this were when I pulled back the vinyl stencil, it pulled from my stainer and my paint on my letters. So, well, in some areas, like this, especially right here, and it did it down here as well. So I think tomorrow I'm just going to go back and try to mess around with it a little bit, and maybe touch up the stainer in those spots with a small brush, and just try to blend those back in, because I know the overall look of the sign is rustic, so it kind of blends in with the style of the sign. But the I just don't like it when it's right on the lettering like that, because it's taken away from the words. So it makes it kind of difficult to read when it starts to, you know, go over the wording like that. So I think I'm going to go back and fix that tomorrow. Just so I did end up doing 2 signs tonight, as I showed you guys this one already. So that's pretty good. I did end up finishing 2. So I'm just going to wrap this on up now. Okay, so I plan to do some more signs later this week, and I will do some videos then as well. And I'll try to do a little bit more explaining about the steps that I take, or any issues that I come across as I'm doing these signs, to hopefully keep you from making the same mistake possibly. Because it can be a little frustrating when you have put the time into it, and then especially if it ends up being a fail. Luckily tonight, the sign, the issue with the sign tonight is not a fail, because I can fix it, but it is disappointing, and it can be a little frustrating. Okay, so I will talk to you guys later this week when I do some more signs, and we'll do some more videos then. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and let me know what you think in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!